Hey guys, it's Monday evening. This is BW and I'm back out in the garage. Tonight I'm gonna clean my garage. It's a mess. I can't find any of my tools. I got at least a quarter inch of dust on top of my car. I can't stand to look at it anymore. I'm gonna just clean. And after that, we'll just see where this video takes us. I got so much to do on the car, I'm sure we'll find something. And by the end of the week, we'll see what kind of video we have. Stick around and check it out. Take a look at this mess. It's bad. I mean, first of all, I want to broom all that dust off the top of my car. I just can't even stand to look at it anymore. And then if you look on every surface in this garage, I've got everything out and about and scattered all over the place. I spilt my tap set about 2 weeks ago and I was so disgusted. There it sits. A big mess of taps and everything and dies. So I'm gonna start here, get all this cleaned up. Just go around and start putting things away. I got a clamp on the floor there and there. I'm sure there's a couple under the car. So let me get this mess cleaned up and I'll get back. Okay guys, well I got the first phase of the cleanup done. A little less than a third done. I got sidetracked helping the wife with one of her projects. But I did make one circle. That's how I clean. I go around in circles and just start picking at stuff. And we made one round. I found one cool thing I forgot about. When we had this car up at Media Blast Specialties, excuse me, I remember Bob Moon told me he found a lead repair up here on the car. A little bit back from center, but almost center. We were thinking maybe it was a cop car at one point. We found that it was white and black at one point, but there's also teal on some of the components of the car. Not to say that they're, you know, the hood's not original, because you could see that there was some teal in that at one point. There was also some, I guess, red, I don't know, but it's kind of neat to find stuff and wonder, was it a cop car? Who knows? There's these two marks on the front right here. Now I know that hot rodders used to put visor things up here, and it could be that that was what this is from, but I don't know. It could be something from a police car. Maybe somebody out there knows a little more about it than me and could tell me what they possibly think two holes here and identical two holes there are. And then a little bit, I guess it's not center. I guess you would say the center of the top, except a little bit back, you know, in the center, a lead repair. Like, I don't know, was it a police car? Was there something else on here? Was it some other kind of utilitarian government vehicle at some point? Who knows? But we did clean that dust off. I'm really happy about that. And I made my first surface rounds. We got a lot off this table. We still got a mess to clean up right here. We got our taps cleaned up. I'm missing a couple pieces, but I'm pretty sure they fell behind, and I'll have to pull this out and look and see. But I had about 94% of the stuff. So we got the cleanup started, looking at the car, going through it. I wiped it off a little bit, and I'm finding things I got to do. We know we still got to weld this in, but we're waiting for our buddy for that. But I can work on this right here. I mean, there's a whole bunch of things I can work on. I'm gonna go in, I think I want to order the repair patch panels. I'm gonna get these lower halves of these fenders, because that is straight mud right there, fellas. So we gotta get that taken care of. But that's what I did tonight. Just messing around, getting this shop cleaned up so that we know where some stuff is around here. That's it for tonight. See you guys next time. Hey, how's everybody doing? It's Saturday afternoon, it's BW. We're out here in the garage. The pups are helping me today. I'm getting an awful lot done, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I seen cable TV. Yes, I got it. I need to see. Let daddy get in the car. Let daddy get under the car and see. Thank you. You want coming too? You want to see too? Are you helping Dad? Are you helping Dad? Dad got a good boy to help Dad. You helping Daddy? Good boy. Pretty good. Looks like it's pretty good, boys. It's a little too much right there.
I mean, what I'm actually doing, the bell housing slash ring gear area, this dust plate, I guess you could call it, a protector from keeping road debris from bouncing up in there. It's stamped for the stock starter, the round one, and then the second one where you can see where you would use a different variety of a round one. Well, ours is squared off. So I made a cardboard template. I'm gonna cut it out to this right here, test fit it up in there to go around our starter that we got from Speedway, our little mini Torque. I think it's gonna work out good. We'll find out in just a few minutes. Hang in there. All right, guys, well, we cut it out. I just checked underneath and it looks like it's gonna fit just fine. There's a 1/16 or so space, but that's okay. Looks good. One thing I'm gonna do before I put it in, I'm gonna hope that you guys can see this, where they have the punch out if you wanted to go with the other starter, it's really flimsy there. They weren't great tacks anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna close this up. I don't want it falling off on us in the future. After I do that, then we'll bolt it up in there. So just give me a minute. All right, guys, well, we got this weld on here. You guys can see it come out all right, you know. But the galvanizing plating, or the plating, or whatever you want to call it, you know, it burned off up to here. So I'm going to blend it with the sander a little bit, and then I'm going to put a metallic silver on it, protect it, keep it from rusting up. But now we don't have to worry about this piece breaking off. Worst case scenario, going up in there and destroying our ring gear, or best case, bad scenario, it falls off and then you got a big gap where stuff could have got up in there. So we're happy with it. Give me a minute, I'll get it painted up. All right, we painted that up with some silver metallic I just had up on the shelf. I think that'll look cool enough, you know. I mean, it's not as nice as the plating that was on there, but I feel like I'm a lot safer now with that weld on there to hold that piece so it don't fall off. And it looks pretty sharp. It's got that silvery metallic look, this stuff right here. So now I'm good with that. I'm gonna pick up and do something else while the paint dries on that. And I'm hoping the wife don't come out here and find out I was using her bench. She does get a little upset about that. Okay, guys, I went in and I got a little sidetracked. I had this strong perfumey smell and I couldn't figure out what it was. Well, as it turns out, our cat knocked 2 gallons of detergent, laundry soap, onto the concrete floor. What a mess. But we got it cleaned up. So that's what I've been doing. I did get the plate bolted back up. I'm gonna bump you guys around a little bit, take you underneath and show you. Get that taken care of. Apologize, but we gotta get under here. All right. So there's our plate. Come out really nice. I'm happy with the selection of the color. It matches the transmission. So we're protected really good now. Show you this side here. I can't do anything about right here. I mean, that's where the punch out was for the round starter. And so maybe we could make a little rubber thing. I don't know. We're getting a little crazy now, but it looks pretty cool. As you guys can see though, my car is just as clean underneath as it is on top. I mean, I scrubbed every square inch of this frame, painted it up. Brand new floor that we scratch coated and painted up. So it looks pretty good. Oh, while we're under here, my buddy up in Canada, playing with horsepower, suggested he talked to me about he had to have his casting for his starter welded to the aluminum block because his came loose and it totally destroyed his ring gear. So he warned me about that. I can't weld mine because, as you can see, I had to use the shim that comes with it. So you got a steel shim between the aluminum pieces. And he's got a 638. He's got a lot more torque than my 468. So I think I'll be all right. So he suggested, and I agree, I put a little Loctite on these bolts here. So we should be good to go now. All right. So I appreciate that. Thanks, bub. Check him out up there, playing with horsepower. All right, and for Mike, check this out over there at Fuel Fire Garage. We were looking at my fuel stuff on live last night. He mentioned I need a return. And I told him I had a spot for it. You can see right there, I bought the double hump hangers whenever I got them. This is 3/8 stainless steel, gonna be my fuel feed. And this is my stainless steel brake line that goes to the back right there. I put them on these highfalutin brackets that I made up. I only have them tech screwed right now because I wasn't sure if I had to move them around. We'll eventually get those welded to the frame. All right, it takes it all the way back. Nice, makes for a nice, clean, neat job. So we got a spot for our return, and I got a whole coil of this 3/8 up there on the shop wall. I'll be able to finish that job out. So there you go, there's that. So I figured I'd show you while we're down here too. Check this out. My buddy Kevin did a heck of a job with the brake lines. I was talking to you guys a little bit about that last night. Check out how he has it hidden underneath the bar, the engine mount bar. You can't even see the brake line from the top until it comes up through and goes to the brake line perches at the top of the frame. Super neat job. I mean, look at that. You can't ask for a better job than that, guys. Look at that. Super, super clean. So there's that. And that's where the two front brake lines dump off right there. All right, so I figured I'd show you guys that stuff while we were under here. So let me get out from underneath the car. Everything come out really well today. We didn't get a whole lot done, but we did get something done. That dust cover has been bugging me for a couple weeks, and I wanted to get it fixed up. It's done now. So that's all we're gonna do tonight. I'll get something else set up. We'll get something else in this video. We'll try to get something up to you guys tomorrow night. See you tomorrow. Hey guys, it's Sunday evening. It's BW. We're back out in the garage. I want to get this radiator situation that I created myself straightened out. If you remember, I got 3 gallons of 50/50 in there, and I didn't have quite enough to top it off, so I put a little more than 1.5 gallons of water on top. Well, the thermostat never opened, so the water's still on top there. It's got a slight green tinge to it, but it's not what I want in my car. So I bought this transfer pump. I'll show it to you real quick. We're going to use that to get that out. Yeah. Looks like it'll work out good. Transfer pump. I got an empty gallon jug right here, and I bought 1 gallon of this Peak for Performance, the Superior Lifetime Protection, full strength. So I'm happy with that, and it'll mix in good with whatever water's left in there in that 50/50, and then we'll have a real nice coolant situation going on in the car, and I'll be happy with that. All right. Oh, by the way, I ordered them patches. They came today. I couldn't believe it. We came home from working on that house, and they were sitting there on the deck. I ordered those on Friday. I think it was Friday. And they're for the fender bottoms. We're going to replace the fender bottoms. I found when I drilled this for the pin, that's mostly mud down there. So maybe we'll get on that next week. Maybe that'll be a cool video. I don't know. We'll see what's going on with that. But we'll unpack that box and take a look at it together and see what's going on. So let me get the tilt nose up, and let's get this radiator situation straightened out first. Give me a minute. Take a look at this thing. Transfer pump. No more spills, it says. That's high weight stuff here. We got, look at it and see. What's this paper? This neat little extra hose. I don't know what that's for. I don't think we're going to need all that. I think we're just going to take and put one hose in the top and one in the bottom. Let her rip. Let's get her hooked up. All right. We got the hose in the radiator from the top of the pump, and the bottom of the pump, it's going into the jug. Let's see how it works out. Oh yeah, it's pulling it right out. It's got a little more of a greenish tint than I thought it had. I'll tell you that. All right, I'm just gonna rinse it. I got some in the tubes of the pump. I just want to rinse out the tubes so that I can hang this up and not worry about any dripping on the ground. There wasn't as much in there as I thought. You could see, almost looks like a urine sample. It's not as bad as I thought it was. And I guess the thermostat must have opened a little bit for it to mix this much. But I still want to strengthen it up with this Peak. I got the less water the better. So plus, truth be told, I would have rather had distilled. I should have just went to the store and bought another 1.5 gallon at a 50/50 instead of being in such a rush. But I was excited to start that motor up. You know what I mean, guys? All right, well, I got the pump cleaned out, put it away up in the cabinet. I marked the jug for diluted antifreeze in case I fall over dead and somebody's got to clean out my garage until I get rid of it. They know what it is. All right, now I'm just going to go ahead and put the antifreeze in there. Yeah, it's gonna work out perfect, guys. We got about a half of a gallon left. I'll mix it with some water later on when I get an overflow tank. The radiator's topped off. We didn't spill a drop, so we're happy, you know. We started the motor up and I did it a little bit in haste. That was a self-created problem, but it's corrected. The other problem that we got corrected was the dust shield underneath. I'm happy both of those things are done. They popped up as we were doing the motor by bolting on the starter and everything with the plate. And my little error right there. But other than that, we're pretty good that way. So during the week, we'll fire this thing up and we'll get that antifreeze mixed up, and that's that. I'm gonna open this box up. We're gonna take a look at these patches because I think we're gonna do that during the week, hopefully. All right, guys, well, I unpacked the patches. They're really nice. They must stamp them to order. I mean, they must just they got a stamp and they stamp them out as you order. It's just got a thin coat of oil on it. They come out really well. I definitely needed the driver's side, but I didn't want to get caught without the passenger side, so I bought that too. Let me show you real quick on the car. The mud fell out when I was drilling these last month or the month before. The putty fell out of this side. It looks like they put a patch on there and they really didn't. They just put the mud over top of the rusty metal, or it got rusty while it was in there. But anyway, the end result is I bought a patch. I don't know how high up their metal goes, or they put the metal over top of the metal. So I'm just going to dig at this with the grinder until we find good metal. Then we'll measure up and cut it. The other side isn't as bad. There's some pitting, but there's no big giant patches. So I'm gonna dig at the outside of that, and see what's going on there. That's why I bought one for that side too. All right. Somehow, if I use it, great. If I don't think we're done with Tri-5 Chevys. Not by a stretch. I love them too much now. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna go in, edit up, and put this video up. I really appreciate everybody's support to date. I can't tell you how much it means to me. If you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, let them know we're doing a good job, and tell somebody, share this. Let's get the message out, and let's bring as many people in that can help with the build as possible. Anybody that watches my Friday lives, man, I write down what you guys say. Oh, this is my first car build, and I really take it to heart. And I look at things, and when somebody suggests an idea, I look at it, and I always try to plan ahead. Like up there, Scott's Rods, Dave, he's got that wheel of misfortune. I love that thing, man. So I'm going to get myself a board, a marker board, and I'm going to start keeping a list, because I've got so many things to do on this car, and I don't want to lose track of everything. It's like, oh, I forgot I got to do this, or oh, I forgot I got to do that. And I feel like if I structure this a little bit better, we'll make a little more progress and we'll get done a little quicker. I'm not going to rush it, but I feel like even though I'm doing that house right now, I feel like a couple hours a night in the garage, and I could really make some serious headway on this project. We're already really far along. So we'll see how it goes. See you next time.